These are 7 emotional signs that could very well be connected to trauma that you've experienced. Now, when we talk about trauma, y'all, let's talk about it just a little bit. When we talk about trauma, trauma is not just something that happened in your childhood. Trauma could be something that's related to a marriage you got into that, you were traumatized of how you were being treated. It could have been physical, mental abuse, verbal abuse, spiritual abuse. Trauma can happen at any stage in our lives. A lot of time, trauma happens in our childhood and it carries into our adulthood. And we are emotional wrecks. And sometimes because we have operated as an emotional wreck so long, it has become a norm to us. And other people may notice it and not understanding where it comes from. But because we have been operating in it for so long, it's norm to us. And so when trauma happens and we are affected emotionally, it can spill over into other relationships, into your jobs, schooling. So let's talk a little bit. I have 7 here that I want to talk just a little bit about so that it may bring to your attention that, hey, I operate in that, or that's something that I have difficulty in. So I have 7. The first one with emotional sign is feeling constantly on edge, always expecting something bad to happen. Do you feel that way sometimes? Just knowing that, hey, something bad always happens. I know it's going to happen. And that'll push you into even anxiety or frequent panic attacks. That's another sign that you can very well be suffering from some type of trauma that you done experienced in your life. Another difficult emotional sign in your life could very well be intense fear or rejection, or how about abandonment? Some of us have abandonment issues. Abandonment issues is not always your daddy abandoned you, your mama abandoned you. Sometimes it's in other relationships or how other people treated you, and or they just dropped you and left you, or your best friend just didn't want to have that relationship, and it seems like it just followed you. And so just being connected like that and thinking, well, everybody now is going to abandon me because that's just been a part of my life. That's another one. Another one is difficulty trusting people. That could very well be a sign that you have been traumatized, that you're operating emotionally in trauma or from trauma. Another one is feeling overwhelmed by small situations. If you're overwhelmed by small situations, that's coming from something. Somebody else it may not affect them, but you're just overwhelmed. And sometimes you take on too much, or you don't feel like yourself if you're not staying busy. And sometimes it's just overwhelming, and it gets to a point to where then you kind of retract from any and everybody. Another one is sudden emotional reactions that seem bigger than a situation. Emotional. Sometimes people's jokes, they're not funny to you. You're real emotional, or you're crying all the time, or you just can't seem to connect with other people's personality. You're so emotional that other people feel like they don't want to be around you because anybody ever say, oh, you're just too emotional? Sometimes it's something that has affected you that you're so emotional. I'm not saying that every time somebody tell you you're emotional with this or you're emotional with that, that could be stemming from trauma. But if you know that you are an overly emotional person, that it could be something small and it overwhelms you, then you can very well be suffering from some type of trauma that has happened in your life. So let me make sure that I did go over them all. Feeling constantly on edge or waiting for something bad to happen. Difficulty trusting people. Intense fear of rejection or abandonment. Frequent anxiety or panic. Emotional numbness. I don't think I tapped on that. Let's tap on that a little while. Emotional numbness, like nothing affects you. You're numb to any situation. You could be the one in the room, everybody else is engaging, and you're just numb to what's going on. It could be someone that has passed, and you love that person, but you're numb to the situation. Like you're not showing any type of emotions. You're not showing any type of hurt or loss or anything. You're just so numb. Sometimes that comes from trauma that has happened in your life. That's one of them. Another one is feeling overwhelmed from small situations. I talked about that earlier. In the last one is sudden emotional reactions that seem bigger than the situation. So if you are experiencing any of these emotional signs, you could very well be experiencing an effect from some type of trauma, right? So what I am here, I am the identity rebuilder. I'm here to help you to discover who you truly are, who God has created you to be. Please follow, please comment, and share my videos. There's so many people out there that's dealing and suffering in their emotions because of trauma. There's so many people that locks themselves up away from other people, alienate themselves away from other people because they don't feel like they can trust people or let people in. If it's you or somebody you know, please share this video. I am a therapist, Christian therapist. I am licensed. I am here to help. I am the identity rebuilder. And if you are ready to rebuild your life, to find your identity, to come out of all the emotional destruction that has happened in your life, then how about responding today? Just respond, rebuild. Just respond to the word rebuild. Hi, everybody that's coming on. Hello, hello. How you doing? Hot to be. Just respond, rebuild. I am the identity rebuilder. God bless you all. Follow, share, comment. God bless.